Hey friends, this weekend's set of weddings and events are a little bit crazy. So first of all, we have our main wedding that's just like a regular wedding order for me. Then we have one order where it's just a bridal bouquet, but it's in jewel tones and mainly red and white, which are not colors that usually people ask for at this time. Then we also have one bucket of blooms and a different order that's an additional 3 buckets of blooms. So there's a lot of bits and pieces going on this week. Plus, we are also heading out to Watson for an event. I'm going to be selling my flowers and my books, and I've never been at this event before, but I heard my name on the radio when they were advertising it. So I don't know, that's kind of cool, a little surreal. We have a very busy week ahead of us. I think I'll explain a little bit more about the individual orders tomorrow when we're putting everything together. But for right now, I am just cutting my garden, and I've got to say it feels a little sad to cut those raised beds because they give me so much joy, and I've really enjoyed looking at them, and they have been the prettiest part of this whole yard. It's like saying goodbye to an old friend, but you know what? That's life. And with every wedding and every event, I plant specific flowers for everything. And as I'm walking around the garden, I think, oh, that's so-and-so's wedding flower and whatnot. So I guess it's that wedding flowers time. Oh, hello, Mittens. Oh, Mittens always has to join me. But enough talking. We should probably get harvesting. Well, we've got as much of a harvest as we can. As I was picking, it was so tempting to pick my floret zinnias. She just put out this video basically saying, like, you guys, hold your horses. Y'all are picking them too early. And this is why I picked them early, is because I desperately need them for the wedding, and they're like so the right color, but I'll just wait a week. All right, I'll try. It's so hard. Anyway, that's all for me. It's late. I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes. We'll see you in the morning. It's the afternoon before the wedding, and we are ready to make everything. Now, thankfully, I got all that stuff harvested last night, and then this morning I just cut a few extra stems. Just a little bit nervous that I won't quite have enough, like the coral and the peach colors, but we've run into one other little hiccup, so let me show you. So these are some peonies that the bride sent us because it would mean a lot to her to have her grandma's peonies in her bouquet and for the bridesmaids. So that was great. I made a mistake because what I told her was how to harvest them at marshmallow stage and what to look for, which she did perfectly. Like, they were well stored, harvested at the right stage, but what I forgot to tell her was cut them as long as possible. Some of the stems are a little more usable, but like this is the worst one. Like, this is really short. I'll probably do the chicken wire method of arranging her bouquet so that I can make use of these short ones and like maybe put them in the bridesmaid bouquets, but that's on me for not telling her to cut them longer. Okay, we have everything separated and we're going to start with the bride's stuff. So again, we're using that sagebrush. I really love this as a green. My favorite willow, the weed I don't know the name of. Snapdragons, of course. We also have some snapdragons in a light pink and a few of the Madame Butterfly ones. Thankfully, the feverfew is in bloom, and I think that'll suit her vibe really well. Tons of this yarrow, and I usually don't give straw flowers to my brides, but I just feel so low on peach that I'm going to give these to her. And then, of course, her grandmother's her grandmother's peonies, and if I need these extra peonies, I have them. Oh, and of course, frost explosion grass. We haven't seen that this year quite yet. So for this bouquet, I've just crumpled up a little bit of chicken wire and made a bit of an egg. Since some of these stems are short, I think I'm gonna try and like give her one of those bouquets where the stems have a little bit more space in between them, and they're different heights and stuff. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, really truly all of this is chicken wire from the dollar store, just cut and crumpled up, and then I took a little bit of extra wire just to keep it in the shape I needed, and that's it. So I don't like to admit this, and maybe this happens about once a year. I don't like this bouquet. I feel like it's too congregated in color here, and I'm just not feeling it. And then like all the peaches here, and it's just not working for me. And I don't like, sometimes when I don't like a bouquet, I will put it down and I'll come back to it, and most of the time I'll be like, oh, actually this is fine, or oh, I just need to move this, that, and it's fine. I am not feeling it with this. I'm also maybe thinking like maybe what this needs is just a hint of blue, because the groomsmen are wearing navy. I do have permission to put a little bit of blue in here. I'm gonna see if that fixes it, but I gotta take this apart. So part of the reason I'm thinking that blue needs to be in here is because when you look at these peonies, like they really have that blue undertone to them, and nothing else in this color palette has that blue undertone. And so it's just feeling a little off. And like I thought that adding this in, which has a bit of a blue undertone, would help, but like it just doesn't feel quite right. Okay, I took a little break. We regrouped, had a snack, brought some Fresca out to like pump myself up, I guess. I hate this because now I just like, my confidence is shaken. It just reminds me of like my 4th year recital when I made a big mistake in the very first song of the recital. It was just, I was singing Bach. It was like a bit of a memory trap. I think it was Mein Gläubiges Herz is the song. And it repeats so much and I lost track of the repeats. And like, I mean, my accompanist had me, we got back on track, finished the song. It was fine. But like, I don't remember if I sang the song immediately after it that I was supposed to in the program, or if I just went off stage and like had a break. I feel like I might have went off stage and had a break and not sang the second song and just like regrouped. And I just remember how hard it was to like get my mind okay and be like, you have worked too hard on this 4th year recital to not finish it well and to the best of your ability, and you cannot let this one mistake just like completely derail you. So I am feeling kind of like that right now. So let's not let this mistake derail me. Morning, friends. It's about 1.5 to 2 hours before the bride is going to pick up today, and I don't know. I honestly might do this bouquet a 3rd time. So what I did last night is call my friend Allison from Songbird Flower Farm. Was like, do you have any coral? She was away at the lake, but she said, you know what, go raid my garden, take a picture of what you pick, we'll settle up. So I did that. She did not really have any coral, but she had some other things that I thought were interesting, and even if I can't use for this bride, I think I can use for some of my other brides. So I snipped those, and there's a few things that I like honestly just wanted for me, so I got those too. But mostly I did all the things you should do kind of when you're stuck, right? Like I just took a night after I picked those flowers. I picked my own flowers, then just relaxed and did something completely unrelated. This morning I got up early, I had a shower, makeup, coffee, breakfast. I was like, okay, you do this, you're gonna make something, and this bride is gonna be happy about it. Okay, let us do this. So here's the bucket from my own garden that I picked. There's like a little bit more coral. I had to pick one of my floret zinnias, which is like really not technically ready, but I need it. My windfall zinnias from Barbara are ready. I mean, this one has a tiny little hole, but like I am kind of desperate. But yeah, if you're Canadian, definitely check out Windfall Flowers. Like her breeding program is so beautiful. A few of my orange potomacs are somewhat ready. I don't know, just grabbed a few more of everything. This is for a different wedding. These bug bites, so annoying. Anyway, this is some of the stuff I got from Allison. Like I have some of this, but mine's not super mature yet. So gorgeous. Her cress was just like excessively nice. I had to have some. This is probably for a different wedding, I think, but I don't know, her Queen Anne's lace was good too. Allison also had like all of this really, really gorgeous stock, and I could not help myself. Again, this honestly might just be for me, not for the weddings. And then probably the only kind of peach, this is more coral than anything, but she did have a few sweet peas, so I grabbed those, and she had like 2 precious zinnias, so we'll see what we can do. Just like take an objective look again. So okay, I see it in the video. It does actually look good. I think what's bothering me is that just the stuff in her in her pictures is just a little warmer toned, and because her grandma's peonies are so cool, it just felt like it needed some cooler stuff. So I think that's where I'm getting thrown off. Maybe I only need to add like 1 or 2 things for me to be happy. Second look at the bridesmaids ones. Okay, I feel like these are good. Again, sort of the same problem. It's just so cool, but I think I'm actually happy with this. Okay, so we need to make 2 more bridesmaids bouquets. Just undo hers and maybe add a few things, or take away, just sort of refine, and then finish up her buckets, which her buckets are half done, so we got this. Okay, I think I've got it. Laugh if you will. I didn't change a lot. I like literally moved a few things around and just added a bit more peach. So I had that one delphinium up here. I felt like it was just looking 1, 2, 3, like too pointy. So we moved it down here instead. I added in, so the Windfall zinnia, the Floret zinnia, and then I had one more peach snapdragon pop open, like the Madame Butterfly bronze. And then like a tiny little bit of stock. And just adding those things, I think, to me, this feels way more harmonious. And I feel good about sending this out. So I'm gonna rewrap this, and we'll make those 2 more bridesmaid bouquets. Hi there, it's Kristen of the future doing these voiceovers, and unfortunately when I went back to edit these clips, the sound was atrocious. So basically what I'm saying here is that I was much happier once that wedding bouquet was fixed. Those bridesmaid bouquets went so much better, and I'm actually feeling good. I'm also walking towards the stand. So originally I told you a little bit about how the stand was going, but I think I'm going to do that in a different video. So I'm going to save that for next time. But anyway, now back to the story. All right, so we've got Our bucket brides are good. My bride yesterday loved her bouquet. It was completely worth tearing it apart 3 times. Even though it didn't feel good in the moment, like just knowing that I felt good about it and just seeing the smile on her face and on her bridesmaid faces, totally worth it. So this bouquet I've been very excited about for basically ever since I knew I got to do it, because it's very different from what I normally do. The bride asked for mostly red and white, but she said jewel tones would also be good too, and she wants a cascade. And I don't get to do cascades often, but ooh, your girl loves a cascade. So we have some Queen Anne's lace, some Arabian Night dahlias, thank you for blooming early, some of this stock that I got from Allison's Flower Farm, and then she had a few sweet peas. Might not end up using these. She also had these lovely snaps. We have all my darker yarrow, my white snaps, my favorite weed, so false spirea, some cress, frosted explosion grass, and then this plant here, which I think is going to be like the base of the cascade. This will sort of frame it, and then I'll like work up with the bouquet, and then just a few smaller stems to put that through. So I need to drop this one off in 45 minutes at my photographer, so I guess I cannot screw this one up. Let's do it. This is it. I gotta check in the mirror. So just in case you're wondering, when it hurts to hold it, that's how I know I'm done. My hand is screaming right now. Also, I figured out that like I'm gonna have to instruct her. She has to take her hand and like go like this, and then that will like make the nicest for pictures. So that is all of the wedding work for the day, but oh, we are not done. We still have a market out in Watson to go to, so I still have to load up the van, try to figure out the tent for the first time, and pack up my children as well. So that's a lot to try to accomplish all before noon. Yeah, time to go deliver these flowers to my photographer and apologize for making the most difficult to photograph bouquet of life. Kristen of the future here again doing a voiceover. I completely forgot to take any sort of footage that would like nicely connect this part of the story to you, but when I first got asked to come and be part of this event and sort of promote this garden, I honestly had no idea really what to expect, but I met with Melody and her husband over the winter. They seemed like lovely people, and I was like, why not? Let's go do this thing. And I could not believe when I got there what this garden looked like. Like, this is the type of garden you see in a magazine that you don't even think is possible in Zone 3. Like, I guess I'm gonna stop talking and maybe I'll throw on some music or something and just enjoy this garden. It's so gorgeous, so surreal, and proof that just because you live in a cold climate doesn't mean that you can't have nice things. Well, it was a beautiful day in Watson. This place is utterly surreal and actually is just a lovely way to finish out a very busy week in flower farming and wedding doing. I didn't sell quite as much as I had hoped or have like as many people come do the floral workshop, but I mean, understandably, it was plus 32 today. Like, everybody's at the lake and I don't blame them, but I think it was still worthwhile to see this extremely beautiful place, meet some new people. I had amazing Mexican food. Like, if you were anywhere near Watson, Saskatchewan, you should get in on this Mexican food. I think it's just on their Facebook page though. That is it for another episode, and we will see you next week. We've got at least 2 more weddings and all the usual chaos. Bye-bye for now, friends.